first known live-action virtual reality television series, The Faceless Lady, makes its debut in Meta Horizon Worlds on Thursday, April 4th. Crypt TV, Meta, and horror mastermind Eli Roth have partnered to create the scripted show following three couples who enter a dangerous weekend competition in an Irish castle. The story is based on the legend of Lady Margaret Hodnett, a ghost said to haunt visitors through mirrors and reflective objects. Roth expresses enthusiasm for The Faceless Lady, noting that it will differ from the previous work he's done in the VR landscape. His projects Haunted House, Trick VR Treat and Be Mine, a VR Valentine slasher, were not created within the same scope, allowing the new miniseries to stretch even more creative muscles. The main cast includes stars Staz Nair, Rebel Moon, Tara Lee, Daisy Jelly, May Henry, Hugo Onwugalu, Sophie Rebecca Jones, and Ned Dennehy. Eli Roth: I've been a big fan of VR, and I've really been trying to push the boundaries of, specifically, horror in the VR space. I did 2 projects already with Crypt TV, and each time we were trying different things. We're trying to create the language of storytelling and VR by going, okay, how can you move the camera without people getting motion sickness? How do you create a jump scare? How do you edit the way you normally would in a horror movie? One of the things we learned was that you could shoot it and cut it a lot closer to the way you would a feature film. Meta came to us, and they said, we don't want to do this as a half-hour one-off. We'd like to do a series. The writer, Jerome, and the director, John, came up with this concept of something that would look spectacular and big and visual, and we shot at this incredible castle in Ireland. Real credit goes to Matt Celia at Lightsail VR. We thought, how can we make this the premier VR experience better than anyone has ever done it before? One of the things was to shoot stereoscopic 3D, using RED cameras with a modified Canon dual fisheye lens, which is something that Matt figured out how to do. So I've never ever seen VR look this good. Normally, up close, it looks super sharp. And then sometimes the background gets a little bit blurry, but here, it is like you're there. I've never seen anything like it. Everything just really came together. Meta gave us the time to really shoot it right. The cast is fantastic. The crew is amazing. They are about 22-minute episodes, and they are unbelievable. They're so scary. They're really engaging. It's the first time I've ever put on a VR headset and watched storytelling where it feels like you're actually right there. In the story, almost as if you're another character, it's completely immersive. You can only get it from watching it in the headset. You can't really get it from watching it anywhere else. Eli Roth: when you're telling a story like Thanksgiving, you're a passive viewer. Obviously, there are moments I want the audience engaged and cheering and on the edge of their seat. But the idea with a narrative feature when you go into a theater and you grab a box of popcorn is you're gonna have that collective experience, but really, it's sit back and I'm going to tell you a story. Now that applies here, but it's a lot more interactive. If you've ever seen Sleep No More, when you went to see those shows, I also saw a show by the same company called The Drowned Man where you're walking in through the theater. It's immersive theater. You can sit and look at the left, you can look at the right, you can watch a different character, you can watch it over and over and have slightly different experiences every time you see it because you're never going to get everything. If you move your head 180 degrees to the left, and all the way to the right, that's your field of vision. So when you're staging the scenes with the actors, and this is with John, our DP, and Matt, what they did so brilliantly is the way that they set everyone up so that you can watch what everyone's doing. But if you just want to follow one particular character in the scene, you can, but, truly, when you cut to a close-up in VR. In the 3D VR, the way we've shot it, it does feel like you're literally right in front of the person.